Hello,
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Cooking with
John and Mika.
That's right.
From our kitchen to yours, welcome.
Welcome.
So, tonight's episode, we know you're all excited. You all know what's coming. We're doing pan-seared restaurant-style
Scallops. Wonderful.
as well as pan-sauteed broccolini.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. So, just so you guys know, this is like one of my favorite go-to meal preps when I work for 3 days. So, John usually makes like 3 days worth of scallops, and I love it. It's wonderful. To tell you a little bit about me, I've been following a low-carb diet, and I've actually lost 40 pounds since September 8th, and it's been awesome. And we've been cooking really good food, low carb, and I'm still losing weight. So
And the
it's
thing
great.
is that you can't tell you're
That's
eating
wonderful.
healthy.
Exactly.
Right?
I feel like I've got a great chef, so that's amazing. There you go. And I feel like I'm eating like restaurant grade food. So we love sharing
Well,
with
thank
you
you, thank
guys. You're welcome. And here we go. On to the scallops.
So first we're going to show you what we're working with here tonight.
All right. I'll pick it up.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool. So some basic things you're going to need. You want to give it a little lift up. They can see me, see this. Okay, fantastic. So some of the things you're going to need, of course, are scallops. And the reason why they're on the paper towel here is you want to dry them out as much as possible. Get as much of the moisture out of them as you can, because if you don't, they're not going to sear up crispy, golden, and have that nice caramelized edge on them. So you want to drain them out as much as you want. Well, as much as you can. Let me rephrase that. You will also be needing salt and pepper, some all-purpose flour, basil. This is strictly, for the scallops. You also need some minced garlic, butter. You'll need red pepper flakes. Now, this is not going to be for the scallops. Don't worry about that. That's going to be for the broccolini. And last but not least, you'll need your olive oil and broccolini, guys. Now, broccolini is basically just baby broccoli. Thin stems, smaller crowns. Beautiful. You'll also want a lemon. Okay? So, we're going to get started. First off, what you want to do is go ahead and get your pan for your scallops.
All right.
Nice and hot.
And we're going to put about...
You're going to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You want to get a nice coating in the bottom of the pan.
So 1, 2... There we go.
3. Beautiful. All right. It's just that easy. Next, if you want to take over from here, I'll go ahead and do this part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add salt, pepper, and just a light dusting of flour over the top of your scallops on one side. Okay? So, like I said, I already put it in a little bowl. This makes it pinching easier, just a quick sprinkle on it. So, this is what's awesome, guys. It doesn't take a lot of seasoning. The scallops have their own flavor, and what the salt, believe it or not, is actually going to draw out the flavor of the scallops. Yeah. Now, speaking of lemon, I did mention you'd want a lemon. Here's a fun fact for you. I don't know if any of you are aware, but there is actually a type of lemon that's called a baboon. I haven't found one yet, but I'm amazed at that idea and probably the fact that it has a shaved butt on it. I don't know. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of pepper on it. Hey, you got to figure why they call it a baboon, Just a good little sprinkle of black pepper. And like I said, you're going to want them in a little bowl anyway for when we do have it on the eye, because you got to be real quick with it. You'll see why. So your salt and pepper on there first. and then a light dusting of flour on it. Now the reason for the flour is going to help it get that nice crispy edge while it's in the pan. Doesn't take a lot, just enough on the edge of it. And what you're thinking, if it doesn't take a lot, why do you have so much flour? Trust me, it's better to have more in your bowl than you need than to have to go back and pour more in the bowl and make a big mess. So this way you can get it done ahead of time.
Guys, just remember, really make sure to pat the scallops dry. The reason being is it's been trial and error for us a couple times when we first started making scallops. And you really want that really good sear, and you can't get the sear if there's a lot of moisture in your scallops. So just make sure, really pat them dry. Make sure you can try to get as much moisture out of the scallops as you possibly can.
Exactly.
And you will be golden.
Literally golden.
Literally.
So I like to put them down on paper towel and pat them out good on one side first. Toss that paper towel, then lay another one on there and just let it start absorbing some of that moisture. And then after about 20 minutes or so, just flip them over and do the same thing. Let another towel sit on there, let another paper towel sit on there for a little bit, draw out more of that moisture.
Flurry.
So, yeah, 30 to 40 minutes worth of just sitting with paper towel. Trust me, you're going to be perfectly fine just as long as you don't have the internal temperature of the house at 100 degrees. You're going to be all right. So, we're getting our pan nice and hot. You also need a good set of tongs. That's basically the only thing you're going to use this whole time, are tongs and some measuring spoons. She's going to go ahead and pluck the leaves. Now here's the thing about broccolini versus broccoli, is that broccolini has actual leaves on the stalk. I'm sure you can eat those too, but I'm just not in the idea of eating leaves.
No. We take them off.
You want to show them what that looks like?
Oh, it's just these little leaves right here. Just make sure to go and clean it up. That's all I'm doing. There we go.
I'm just going to pluck those down. And your broccolini doesn't take very much time at all. Literally, it's only just a couple minutes total.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, this whole dinner is really
the longest part is actually just drying out the scallops.
Yeah.
So if you get those done ahead of time.
Quick and easy and tasty recipe.
So our oil looks like it is nice and hot. We're going to test it. How do we test it? Just a little pinch of flour. And it's sizzly. Let's get that on the outer edge. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and place my scallops in the oil, the flour side down, okay? And this is where speed and accuracy comes in. And you want to make sure the oil's nice and hot, or you're just going to lose all that flour that you put on there. And we don't need that.
I can't sing the words.
Yeah.
All right, so we are good with the broccolini. So as soon as you're done with that, the cutting board, I'll use that to cut up a little bit. All right, so I'm just gonna pick this up. So what John is doing right now, the seasoned side is going down into the oil. And that way, once that side is cooking, we can season the other side.
Quite a few scallops.
We're making a lot. You can do it, baby. Put it all in the pan. Super cute with that hat on, by the way.
Why?
I'm just saying. It's so cute.
Alright, so they're only going to be in the oil for about 2 minutes. Now, you don't want to go moving them, very much at all. You'll give them just a little, twist with your tongs to keep them from sticking any. They're going to want to do that. But while they're down, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some salt. And pepper.
Same thing we did when it was on the cutting board. salt, pepper, and just a dusting of flour.
And like I said, this is the quick part. You're only going to be in there about 2 minutes. And if you're sitting there trying to fight with your salt, pepper, and flour,
yeah, how's that ready?
It. Right, moving on to some flour. See, they already smell amazing. And we're just getting started.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And guys, we really hope you're trying some of these recipes.
I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of butter.
Thank you.
Do you have any butter like that?
Not enough. Alright, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just give them just a little shake in the oil.
That's pretty enough. For all those scallops.
Last time it was
No, that's great. Okay. Alright, let me pick this up. Look at that. So like John said, he's not really moving them per se. He's just kind of making sure they don't stick to the pan. It's really important. Yeah. So that it gets a good sear.
And while that's searing for that moment, I'm going to go ahead and get my eye going back here with some oil, medium to high heat. And
did you say heat?
Heat.
What's that?
And just about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Yeah, so y'all can see, take a look at how golden and beautiful that's turning out to be. So we're going to go ahead and begin our flip. Let's see what I'm talking about here.
Alright, baby, broccolini is ready.
Broccolini is ready. When your oil for your broccolini is nice and hot, you're going to add 2 cloves of garlic, minced garlic, which is 1 teaspoon, to your oil.
So that's about a tablespoon of butter. Yeah.
These are looking beautiful.
They look really good, actually. Take a look. Nice and seared and brown. Golden brown. Those are going to be delicious.
Delish.
Fabulous.
So now that we flipped them over, they're going to go for about a minute before we start adding our garlic and butter to it. That's right. We got our oil getting hot. These are really, really gorgeous, guys. Can you smell it? I know you can.
I wish there was an app for smell.
There you go. Any of my techie friends out there, create an app for smell. You can smell things.
It's like that that beer chicken that we made.
Oh,
honey beer
you know,
chicken.
last week the
Smelled amazing. And it was
honey
so
beer
good.
kebabs. Ooh, those were amazing. I know some of y'all checked that out. Hopefully y'all between last week and now have given those a try.
Yeah, they were really good, guys.
All right, guys. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and add our butter and our garlic to it. And we're just going to take that reduction, just swirl it around in the pan with it.
All right, here we go. So we will do
We're going to toss our butter in there.
tablespoon of butter.
We use about a tablespoon of butter. You can use, with this many scallops, anywhere between 1 to 2 tablespoons.
But I try to stay.
We just try to keep it with a little bit less. But 1 tablespoon is plenty. Plenty. Get in there and get it melted good. Get a nice saucy bottom in it. Beautiful.
There we go.
You'll see that
Look at that there,
We're
baby.
going to toss our garlic in there with
that
it now.
looks wonderful.
Looking good.
And garlic, do you want to maybe
Just gonna spread that out a little bit.
pick up the left?
All right, she's going to give that a couple good twirls.
All right, so you got your butter, your teaspoon.
We're going to give that a... And you're just going to sit there and swirl that beautiful buttery reduction around in there. Your garlic and everything mixed in good. And that's going to go for about a minute. So you don't have to worry about it sticking or overcooking, because now that it has the butter in there with it, it's not going to cook as fast, creating so much flavor.
But at the same time, it's really easy to overcook scallops.
Yeah.
So
It really is. All right, guys. So now that's sauced in there good.
Yeah.
Last but not least, with the scallops, we're going to sprinkle
A little bit of
basil over the top of them.
Here we go.
Not only does it smell good, taste good, but it looks
pretty.
good too.
That is nice. All right, wonderful.
All you single fellas out there, if you want to impress a woman for dinner, just invite her over and cook this.
Totally. Easy breezy. That's what he did to me.
Look at that.
I'm just kidding.
We're going to take that off the eye, set it on the back.
All right, so.
Now we're going to add our garlic and our crushed red pepper flakes to our oil for our broccolini.
So, baby, how many teaspoons we're doing? We got a lot of broccolini, though.
There you go.
We'll do 1 big teaspoon. How about that?
There we go. Get that into the oil good. There you go. And go ahead and add, depending on how spicy you want to probably start out a little bit at a time. But about 1/4. Yeah, you start out with 1/4
of a teaspoon.
We usually like to go with anywhere between 1.5 teaspoons to a tablespoon.
We do, because we
like it spicy.
A little bit more.
Okay.
That's about 1 teaspoon.
So now that's getting in there. It doesn't take long for the garlic and crushed red pepper to become fragrant. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay our broccolini in there. This is quick, guys. Doesn't take long at all. So your broccolini is going to be in the oil in the pan until it becomes a beautiful, beautiful green on the one side. You'll notice it's going to be a very vibrant green. While she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut up a lemon. It is not a baboon lemon.
Oh, we didn't put the lemon on the scallops.
Yeah, the lemon's going to go right over the top
Here
of the
we
scallops.
go. Little bit of lemon.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom, your scallops are done. I'll show you all this broccolini here in a moment. That way broccolini is going, go ahead and get you about a 1/2 cup of water. A little bit more. That's a 1/2 cup.
Is it green?
Oh yeah. All right, let's show them what that green looks like.
It's almost like
Like I said, it becomes a vibrant green. I'm just trying to flip them. So go ahead and flip them over. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. And then that oil nicely.
This is literally my favorite vegetable that John cooks. I love the broccolini. There's so many others, but I think this is my top.
This is a great way to get the kids to eat broccolini as well, or adults who don't eat broccoli. There are a few. I actually probably have some family members out there who aren't eating as many vegetables as they should.
Boy, these scallops look so good.
She's already picking through them.
I'm just making sure they're not poisonous.
Oh, that's a good call.
All right, we're good.
So once your broccolini is good, vibrant green all the way around, like I said, it doesn't take long at all. This is just a
Here's
real
that
simple
green
one.
that John flipped to the other side.
Look at that. And check them out. Make sure they're looking good all the way around, which they are. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and just start adding just a little bit of water at a time. You just want to cover the entire surface of the pan without getting too much. Don't overfill it. Beautiful.
And let's show you how that looks with the water, just so you can kind of guesstimate. Even though John said, what did you say, about half a cup?
It's about half a cup.
So it's barely skimming the bottom of the pan.
Yep. That's
Just
just because
enough.
we're going to steam it at this point. You're going to reduce your heat to a medium-low or low-medium, however you want to put it. And it's going to stay in there for about 5 minutes. And at that point, it's going to be ready. Yum, yum, yum. So in this few minutes that it's in there, you can go ahead and clean up. Boom.
We like to clean as we cook. Because then, I mean, we're just too full to clean after, right?
I mean, right? After you eat dinner, who wants to go in and clean up the kitchen?
Yeah, no.
Unless, of course, you got a couple 10-year-old, 12-year-olds, something like that
That
you want to
you
send in there, and you send the kids in there to do it. Beautiful, beautiful.
I can't believe it's already 7. Ooh, look at that. Steaming away.
We're going to leave it right there then. So look how
Sizzling.
beautiful they are. We're going to let them finish steaming. Like I said, it's just that easy. You've got beautiful, beautiful restaurant-style pan-seared scallops. You've
And
got
broccolini.
Healthy meal. Absolutely delicious. We hope you enjoy it. Give it a try. From our kitchen to yours, thank you for tuning in. Remember, we need to hit those 1,000 subscribers so we can do this live for you. Aside from that, we love y'all. We miss you. We look forward to hearing your comments, messages. Let us know what you think.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye. Take care.
Fleur, Betty.
Fleur.
Fleur, Betty. Fleur.